5 years of scouting Lake Nakuru National Park for rare birds, a team of avid bird watchers come tour guides never imagined that one day they will be counting carcasses of their favorite birds. It has been a year of agony for the bird watchers who make a living of tour guiding around the 45 square kilometer wildlife ecosystem that has been adversely affected by flooding, which experts attribute to climate change. Chichi Josephine with an in-depth.
The youthful tour guides have decried the sorry state of affairs at the lake, which they say is choking lesser flamingos to death. Kamau, a career ornithologist, says the flooding of the lake has diminished algae, the staple food for the birds, and a great number of the birds are starving. The birds now flock at the nearby highly toxic sewage lagoons in search of food, and many don't live long. Some migrate to far-flung rich ecosystems.
Tunaona flamingo wanatumia shows. Flamingo wanataka katikati tumia shows juu chakula yake kwa shows. So huko ndani kwa shows kwenye iko ni kwa shrubs, kwa hizi acacia. So sahi haiwezi access chakula huko juu maji iko kwa acacia. Sasa hapa ndio zinaona option poa ya kuja kufeed.
Fewer birds every month means fewer domestic and foreign tourists, and this means slimmer prospects for the young ornithologists turned tour guides.
Tunahesabu wenye wanaumia na wenye wamekufa. Tuko na hizo data ndizo tunachukua. Na kwa nini wanakufa?
Hapa tunakuja kuona flamingo na kuna birds zingine zinakufa na ukienda kujaribu kuangalia unapata zingine zimekufa na huwezi jua ni nini ndio inaua. Huwezi jua kama ni maji ama wenyewe iko na ugonjwa, lakini mingi yao inakufa.
The task force constituted by Environment Cabinet Secretary Kariako Tobiko to look into the causes of rising waters in Rift Valley lakes released their report amid hate and anxiety among 78,000 households living around and dependent on the lake's ecosystem. The task force singled out loss of lives and livelihoods, increased human-wildlife conflict, injury and outbreak of disease, legal issues, safety and security concerns, and ecological or environmental degradation as major negative outcomes of rising lakes.
Mwezi tumepoteza zaidi ya ndege 50 kwa hiyo mwezi peke yake.
In the scoping report, scientists studying the phenomenon indicated that human activities like settlements and poor farming practices along the ecosystems of rivers that drain into the lakes cause soil erosion into rivers, which end up depositing thousands of tons of fine sand called silt into the lakes.
When you undergo deforestation in the catchment areas, then there is a chance and a likelihood of an increase in soil erosion. Because we found evidence of siltation within the lakes, there was a high level of soil forming and increasing the lake level bed, thereby causing the bed level of these lakes to increase.
Jackson Kinyanjui, an ecologist, was part of the task force that was inquiring to the phenomenon for the 9 months.
In our findings, we were able to find 3 reasons that were causing the effects of these rising water levels. The 3 effects were that one was climate change. The second one was human activities, and the third one was geologic activities.
He says that there is need for the 10 county governments that have been affected by the phenomenon to activate climate change resilience funds to cushion people from the adverse effects of the phenomenon.
County governments should be supported by the national government in the implementation of the climate strategy spatial plan. The climate strategy spatial plan is a plan that is geared towards ensuring that counties have been able to climate-proof their infrastructures, and this will be able to help them to cushion themselves if such an impact occurs in the near future.
Kinyanjui observes that sustained programs about climate change and global warming inwards will help to educate communities about environmental friendly farming practices, extensive and continuous tree planting in the effort to avert environmental degradation, which he says is increasingly wanting in the areas.
Lake Basin Strategy Management Strategy is aimed at ensuring that these water bodies are protected from, one, human encroachment, what we call the riparian waters are observed, and the beaconing of all these lakes is done.
The task force constituted by the United Nations Environment Program also studied the phenomenon in the lakes Turkana, Longipi, Magadi, Baringo, Solai, Naivasha, Bogoria, Elementaita, Olbolosat, the Tarkwel Dam and Lake Victoria in Western Kenya. Chichi Josephine, TV 47, Nakuru.